Hello everyone, it's Yvonne here, ready to do the readings for the earth signs, and this will be for the lovely sign of Taurus. Okay, Taurus, we're going to use the Light Seers Tarot for your reading today. Firstly, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. It's a pleasure to have you on board. If you haven't subscribed yet, love to have you as part of our team. Please, if you consider hitting the subscription button and also hit the bell so you're reminded when I'm posting content or going live. Now, I normally go live on a Wednesday, but today I won't be. I've got other commitments that I need to attend to, so I will see you next week live. I might do one in between. I'll see how I am for energy. If you find that the reading doesn't resonate with you, then this week may not be your reading. I may not have the messages for you, but make sure you check out other aspects of your natal chart before you leave. Sometimes your moon, rising or ascendant, and also your Venus can resonate with you more, so check those out. And if the reading does resonate with you, then I do ask that you give it a thumbs up. Some of you here dealing with Leos, but what I get here always with the Strength card is that you're doing some work on yourself. So you may be learning how to meditate, you may be understanding some aspect of yourself that you've maybe denied or wonder why you haven't really connected with. It may be something that you feel shame or guilt for that you're trying to work with. You may be going through some sort of professional help here to deal with something. But whatever it is, you are definitely becoming a stronger, more integrated version of yourself. All right. Taurus, that was an incredibly different split there that they gave me. So they gave me, there you go, there's the change. All right, so we have the Death card coming through. This is the card of Scorpio. In this particular deck, it does talk about the rebirth, which is beautiful. The reason that we experience change is because the way we've been up until now has not served us, and we can see that with the Strength card jumping out. There is always an energy of something needs to be changed, something needs to be put right within yourself. Now, for some of you, that may be coming out of a relationship and realizing you have issues around abandonment or rejection. I think the hardest thing for us nowadays to understand what love really is. Love is a feeling you create yourself. It's not something that somebody else gives to you. If somebody loves you, they may choose to show you that, but love for someone else comes from within. It's a feeling. So it sort of may be that you're starting to understand what love is. But whatever this is here, it could be some sort of shame and guilt that's come from your upbringing or from something along the way. You know, something like perhaps you've always felt like you're not very social, for example, and you can't understand why it's so difficult for you to go out and be amongst people. Maybe that makes you feel uncomfortable. Maybe you have social anxiety. But something within you may have forced you to be that way. So you may have felt really like a low self-esteem. You may have hidden away from the world because you didn't trust who you were around other people, or you didn't feel that you were good enough to be around other people, so you hide away. That Strength card tells me that you're working on whatever it is that's held you back. And this tells me a great change is coming. Whatever this is, you're moving forward and taking on a new version of yourself. Now we have the Six of Cups coming through, which again gives me that feeling of something that's happened in the past that's affecting you now that you're now working on. Something that you desperately need to change here. So you could have had a relationship with somebody here a long time ago that left you feeling sad, miserable, unhappy without that person. Because I see you going to, this is healing, complete healing here. This is really taking time out from the world to heal. Now for some of you it will be to heal something from your childhood here, but I feel like for others of you, you may have had something from a long time ago that affected you very deeply that you're now only just understanding how to heal it here. All right, so we have the Five of Wands coming through with the Five of Swords. Wow. Okay, again, this feeling that there's someone was instrumental in this, because we do have the King of Wands, and the Strength card that came up in the beginning is the sign of Leo. So you could have been dealing with a Leo here. I feel like you may have walked away from this person because of fights and arguments, but it also looks like they could have walked away from you here as well. You could have been dealing with someone who was overly confident, maybe a little bit cocky, a little bit sort of over the top here with this King of Wands energy. It doesn't feel like the nice sort of energies I usually get from the King of Wands. It comes across as being quite maybe spiteful, you may be dealing with someone that was quite narcissistic, but whatever it was here, you have walked away, but your conflict here shows. So I feel like here you may have been dealing with the healing from that, whatever it was here. And it could be, you know, that it is about you understanding you have some issues now around your relationships with people. Maybe you've repeated a pattern here, but you're definitely starting to understand that you want something new in relationships. You're not willing to sort of keep going the way you're going. You want to make the changes there with that Death card. Holy dooly, and then you get the Tower. So this says to me, you are definitely breaking down an old way of being, and you are definitely rebuilding yourself here. So the Tower is a card that talks about stripping everything back. You've built something on a faulty foundation. So for example, if you were told when you were young that you weren't able to draw, you were a terrible drawer, don't bother drawing, you'll never be an artist, and you didn't because that person told you, but all along you've secretly been drawing thinking, actually my drawing isn't too bad, but then everybody else has said it's, or somebody else has said it's no good, so therefore I'm not going to draw. And then there's this wake-up call that somebody else sees perhaps one of your pictures and goes, wow, that's the most incredible picture I've ever seen. And all of a sudden you start to realize you've based your life in something somebody else has said about you, which is not true. It's not validated. So then you start to realize that you need to go back to where you started. I know this is a really loose example, but you need to go back to where you started and actually fix that. And how do you fix that? You start to realize that other people tell you things because it makes them feel good. Other people tell you things because they're jealous. Other people tell you things because they want to strip you back. If you've had enough of that in your childhood, then you probably have grown up being very, very different to what you meant to be. And when the Tower comes in, that says to me, you've had that moment, that epiphany, that wake-up call, and you're realizing now you want to go back and rebuild yourself. So it's about stripping back the old and starting anew, rebuilding this time on a firm foundation. Okay, so we have the Page of Wands coming through with the Nine of Swords. Wow, and the Magician. This is you taking your power back here. This is you taking your power back. This is you saying, I'm not going to let other people affect my life anymore. I'm going to make sure, whether it's a relationship, whether I move into a new job, that this time I do it from my truth, from who I'm meant to be. Because you're coming up with the Magician here. And it's really funny because this card always reminds me of the Magician. I always see this as a wand. I know it's a baton that she's throwing in the air. The Page of Wands talks about a brand new start here. There is something here you're communicating to the world about wanting a brand new start. You're ready to go here. You're ready to sort of fire your passion on the world here. And the Magician tells me you're manifesting. So whatever it is that you let go of in this Tower card that created a lot of anxiety and sadness for you, you are ready to let it go and start anew. And that's you starting out with that Page of Wands. Okay, so we have the Knight of Cups coming through. Oh, Nine of Cups, how beautiful. With the Chariot, very, very nice. This is you finally having everything in the right order. It's like you're understanding the direction you need to go in now, and you're ready to fire, you're ready to move forward here. I feel like with this Knight of Cups, there's a feeling here of drinking from your own cup, of really sort of understanding who you are, understanding how to love yourself, but love yourself warts and all. Whether somebody has said something to you or not, it is irrelevant here. This energy tells me that you're ready to love yourself regardless of whether, you know, something is good or whether you see it as mediocre, or whether you feel that you're not going to do well with something. You're still going to approach everything with passion and love. And because of this, with the Magician in the cards and the Nine of Cups, there's a beautiful energy of bringing dreams, making dreams come true here. Okay, so we have here the Page of Cups as well. Okay, and the Six of Swords and the Victory card. What a beautiful reading for you this week, Taurus. Some huge changes coming through for you. A lot of transformation. I can't help feeling that, you know, whatever this was that happened in your past, whether it was a breakup, whether it was, you know, some sort of issue that you've had to let go and you've started to rebuild. Like I said, I do get this energy of anxiety, stress. You may have had a love relationship that broke down that you're healing from. Whatever it is, you're building a much stronger version of yourself. You're moving away from things that have held you back, and you're ready to accept love now into your life, but in a very different way. This time you know you're going to be equal to another person. This time you're coming from this perspective of fulfillment of yourself, of not needing someone else's validation of you, but actually understanding how to love yourself here. All right, let's just have a look what's going on. There's a complete change in your psyche here, especially with the Tower coming through. We have here the Six of Cups. So I feel like something from your past you're healing from here. I actually feel for some of you, because there seems to be conflict here, that it could have to do with a broken relationship, breakdown of a relationship, but I feel like somehow or another this has sent you reeling in your life to try and heal yourself, and I think you're doing an amazing job here. The fact that you have the beautiful Chariot coming through with the Nine of Cups and the Magician card says to me you are creating something that is unstoppable. I've got to say there's a lot of Scorpio and Cancer in your energy here as well, so something is definitely you're recreating yourself. You're recreating yourself. You're bringing this new version forward. Look at that. Six Pentacles, creating with the universe here. Nine of Pentacles, becoming the best version of yourself. And then we have the King of Cups. So maybe you're trying to bring somebody back into by healing yourself here. Because it looks as though here with the Knight of Wands that you're calling somebody in. Now, whether this is new love or whether it's love that's been around before, Ace of Wands, you've got a brand new start with somebody coming as a result of this. So if you're doing your healing and you wanted to call some new love in, I feel this is the type of love that you wanted in the first place. This is the type of love you've always been seeking here in another person. So I feel like here you are feeling great love for this person because there's a brand new start here. But it's like you have to change yourself or metamorphosize in order to bring this new energy towards you. You're definitely vibrating in a much higher vibration here, Taurus, and you're ready for new love. And I think you've got a new love on the table here. So it's like you've completed something and now something is coming towards you. All right, Spiritual Decree, card 41. Let's see what Spirit says here. You have been wondering what will happen next in your life and realizing how much power you have to decide that for yourself. What do you wish to happen next? Are you willing to use your divine birthright of free will, voice and empowerment to set the cosmic wheels in motion? If your answer is yes, then it's time to speak your truth to the universe. Decree it and you shall be it. You've been praying for help, asking for a map and wanting directions. You are wise in the way of the receptive, responsive approach to life. It is spiritually mature to trust the greater guiding power of the divine to direct your course, and yet the wishes in your heart are part of how that happens. Divine destiny is not something that just happens to you, but it's something that you co-create as a living spiritual being with free will and divine love beating in your heart. You are being honored for your ability to ask for guidance and wait for signs. You are being asked to set intention and develop faith in yourself, to trust in what your heart yearns for what you love so much that you are willing to go through the discomfort of growth to see it come to life. It is time for you to have the experience of seeing your intention blossom into manifestation. This does not mean that you have to make things happen. You are not responsible for how your manifestation occurs. The universe unfolds according to its own genius, of course, but you are responsible for the words, beliefs, and intentions you express that are the seeds of your personal creations. The universe then responds in its own wise and powerful way. When this oracle card comes to you, it is time to speak your truth. What does your heart truly yearn for? Focus on it and say it aloud. Don't be afraid to speak your dreams, desires, wishes, and fantasies. Sometimes it is only in daring to speak them aloud that we really understand what we want. This can be a terrifying, liberating, exciting, and life-changing moment. It is the moment then we grow into a spiritual adult, becoming willing to take responsible for our own life journey. So I feel like here you're being told that by changing this energy here, by you growing and letting the universe know you are co-creating here. All these cards talk about manifestation and creating a new energy. The Magician is beautiful because it says here that you have all the tools you need. So no matter which way you go around this manifestation, you have the universe working with you here, and you have everything you need on the human plane. I feel like if it's love and a new start in love that you're after, getting yourself into this power of being independent and self-sufficient will bring that to you because you have victory here. Beautiful energy. Thanks, Taurus.